Well, after years and years of promises, it looks like the government finally deregulated cannabis. Here's what happened. I actually have, yeah, so Trump just signed an executive order, I believe. I'm trying to figure out the exact terminology of how these politics work. Um, I believe it was not passed. So here's what happened. THC, cannabis, THC is the active cannabinoid within cannabis, has been a Schedule One narcotic basically since the 70s, which means that there's no medical purpose. So it's similar to cocaine and like morphine, LSD. Honestly, I think morphine's a Schedule Two, but like cocaine and LSD and all these crazy drugs. Um, Government has decided there's no Schedule One narcotic, worst, like the most highly regulated narcotic out there. Almost everyone in the world disagrees and thinks that cannabis does have medical properties, and lots of research, especially from Israel. Israel's been a leader in cannabis and cannabinoid research. Shows that that's just simply not true. My personal experience, I've been in the industry. We opened in 2009, so almost 2 decades. Yikes. That makes me feel real. Almost 2 decades. I've been in the industry and I've watched countless thousands of people healed by cannabis. So now here's the cool part. I've watched people that literally have no expiration date on their medical marijuana card because the state has determined they will not live for a year. And I've watched them live for multiple years. Like two or three people I can think of off the top of my head that lived much longer than the state thought they would. I can talk to tons of people that have used cannabis to remove cancer from their nose, their face, their skin. I have like literally three of my closest friends on this island have all used cannabis to heal their cancer. One of my good buddies, he still takes it every day, and I don't want to butcher it, like stage 4 skin cancer, and used cannabis to remove that, and now is healthy. Um, but not even physical. I mean, cannabis helps mental health a lot. People use it first off, stress and relaxation. Okay, cool, normal things we all deal with. But there's a lot of research with PTSD in cannabis. A lot of research with depression in cannabis. Lots of different ailments. Cannabis is crazy. I mean, you're born with an endocannabinoid system. Breast milk has cannabinoids in it. It's part of us, and it's crazy. It's been illegal this long. So this has been done before. Oh, not really. So we've had this little like lure before us before, where they said they're going to deregulate cannabis to a Schedule 3 narcotic. We've heard it. I believe it started with Obama said it. Then who was after Obama? Trump the first time said he would do it. Then Biden said he would do it. And now Trump says he's doing it again. The last like two elections, I've been like, dude, for Biden or Trump or Clinton, those are the three. Yeah, I was like, dude, if you want to win, all you have to do is be like, we're going to push for legalizing cannabis as fast as possible. This country is now, I think there's 42 states that have at least medical cannabis, and like 33 that are recreational. It's more than half. The other states are just waiting, pushing. There's last study I saw was like 66% of Americans support full legalization of cannabis. The revenue would be insane, and so they've toyed with this idea. And this is the first time. So I think I want to say that actually during Trump's first one, or maybe right before him at the end of Obama, it went to the House. I believe the House passed it, and I believe the bill died in the Senate. I didn't check this beforehand. You can fact check me all you want. It's a fun rabbit hole to go down on the legalization of cannabis. By the way, if you go all the way back to the 70s, whoa, you're gonna hate some people. So they toyed with us, told us it was going to go down Schedule 3. Trump just did an executive order. I believe that means that it actually is a Schedule 3 now. Um, or maybe it still has to go through Senate or Congress. I don't know how the government works that well. But what it means if it's Schedule 3 is it now has some medical properties, and that means that they can put funding for research to it. So now it's not just basically Israel like doing all the research for the world. If you go look up Israel and cannabis, they have so many studies, so much learn stuff. Even CBD, CBG, all the other cannabinoids, not just THC. But now that it's Schedule 3, that opens it up for research to be done here in the US. So it's a huge move. Um, and so now that it sets the steps for legalization in the US, which 66% of people want, probably more. They just didn't want to admit it. Who knows? So me and my partner for the last like 10 years have always been at a disagreement. I think full legalization is going to be a boon. We will be, oh my gosh. Oops. Um, yeah, so Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, cool. Now it's medically beneficial. We can put funding grants and research cannabis and how it does medically. So that'll be cool to help out Israel and all their research they've done. There's other countries, obviously, just Israel really got into the THC stuff. So now we're hoping, some of us, I want it to be full legal across the US. I think it's going to be great for commerce. I think our personal business will be great because we already have it set up. We have great product. And being able to ship outside of our store right now in Colorado. I mean, first off, you can't ship anything because that's federal, right? USPS, FedEx, UPS, whatever. You can go in the mail. You can't like order. So anyone that's buying weed or THC stuff online, that's all fake shit. That's all fucking THCA hemp, which also just got banned. So those stores will be disappearing. If you're going online and clicking and buying like what you think is weed, it's just not. That's THCA hemp. Anyways, so when it goes fully legal, we can ship to the whole U.S. is the thought, right? Or at least do some sort of business, or at least help people. So all these states that are illegal, it's just like any state by state law. You can move to where that you agree with the laws. That's how it works. So a lot of people that are very pro cannabis have moved: Colorado, California, Oregon, Michigan, probably the top 4 states for cannabis. But now you can live just about anywhere when it's federally legal. So what the downside to that is, just like any industry, is it might kill the mom and pops. Right now, a lot of the big money guys, Coke, Pfizer, all these big, Apple, Microsoft, they are not investing in cannabis because it's federally illegal. So they don't want to risk it, yes, this or that. They don't want to go put dollars in it. As it gets more and more mainstream, my partner is worried that those big companies are just going to buy them all up, and it's just going to be another monopoly, oligopoly, which is totally potential. So now we are competing with these huge multi-billion-dollar companies that are building state-of-the-art grows and squashing us. Hopefully, if that does come to it, they would buy us up before they do all that, since we're 17 years established and we have a really nice couple of grows. Our grows are pretty state-of-the-art. They're sweet. So there's a catch-22. And just like everything else, just like any industry, you always have to worry about big companies coming up and taking over and kicking out all the little tiny baby companies, and that's part of it. And it's going to happen. But opening up, like right now, to buy cannabis from us, you have to be in Denver at our store. There's like kind of delivery in Denver, but it's like inefficient. There's just not enough money in it because the eighth is like $8. If you want an ounce delivered, that's like 50, $60. So I guess, that's more than a pizza. And pizzas get delivered. I don't know, but it just hasn't taken off. I know in Cali they had delivery. I think it's dying off a little bit too as prices go down. And so having it federally legal opens up a lot of that. Instead of having people have to come into our store to buy cannabis, now we can potentially ship it, or at least deliver it, or at least use a freaking bank. That's a huge thing. I don't know if you know this, but in the cannabis industry, banking is non-existent. Let's not say that. In Colorado, there's 2 banks. You have to pay a lot of money. I think we pay $3,000 per month to have a cannabis bank account. They come and audit us like every 3 months to make sure that we're still legal, all sorts of stuff. There's a lot that goes into it. And then it's an hour away, so we have to drive with thousands of dollars of cash in a car an hour to hour and 15 minutes away to make a deposit. Very sketchy, very risky. So decriminalizing in Schedule 3 hopefully will allow some banking to come up and ease up and lower some costs. The next step is also getting rid of 280E. So as it becomes deregulated, I believe we still have to follow 280E on Schedule 3. But if we get it off all the schedules, than 280E. 280E is a tax code that all the cannabis companies pay. Basically, like instead of like a normal corporate tax of like 35%, cannabis businesses pay like 65%. It's really, really difficult to have a business. It's 60% of your income goes straight to the government. Crazy. Um, you have to have some serious accounting to try to work with that. And some of those are hidden issues here. I mean, down here in the Virgin Islands, they're trying to go legal, but it's even harder. We got 3 different islands, so we're crossing federal waters, using ferries, which is federal. There's a national park, which is federal. So moving that down will hopefully actually help down here as well. Um, so that's kind of what's going on in the cannabis world. Um, would love, yeah. I mean, if you want to get involved and start pushing, so Trump just signed it to Schedule 3. I don't, it just happened, so I haven't even read if there's like pushback or anything. I would assume it's nonpartisan that everybody wants a Schedule 3, both sides. I don't know, but if you want to join in and help the good fight, you can always write your local congressman. You can always just post yay for Schedule 3 cannabis. Let's keep moving it. You can share this video, whatever you want. You can always ask questions, but that's what's going on in the cannabis world. We're hopefully going to be getting some legal cannabis soon. Will it happen during Trump's term? If he's smart, he would. I mean, when it was Trump versus Hillary, I was like, all you have to do, you want to win this election? You guys are this close, right? Trump versus Hillary. I was like, all you got to do is say, I'm going to legalize cannabis. Whew, that would swing at least like 8 to 10% of voters over. And then when it was Trump versus Biden, I was like, yo, either one of you just say that you're going to legalize cannabis. You won't get all those little swing states are going to swing. And now Trump's actually doing it. I don't know. He should have had it in his campaign if he was going to do this. If he had the foresight, he would have won by a landslide if he had said he was going to legalize cannabis. So it's a small step, and it's been teased before. So as someone in the cannabis industry for almost 20 years, I'm still holding my breath. We've been teased this almost since we started. We've heard rumors of this. We've heard rumors of banking. There's always been someone trying to say, oh, cannabis is going to be easier. We're going to deregulate or whatever. But this one is an official order from the president, so I think that there's nothing we can do about it. So that's an awesome first step. We'll see if anything else comes during this term or if the next president comes. It's been 17 years of us waiting and hoping, and this is the first thing that's actually kind of happened. So kind of cool, big news. If you have any questions about the cannabis industry, fucking shoot me a message. If you have any questions about the new law, if you want to share this and help promote it, or at least just post something about the law, or even write a senator, it's going to take all of us to keep pushing. I mean, just does Trump respond on X? I don't know. Go tag Trump on X and say, legalize it, fully legalize it, get some regulations ready to go. Tax revenue alone is going to be insane off of legal cannabis. I mean, Colorado alone was making, like, when they were doing things right, like 400 to 500 million a year in taxes. That's a lot of schools and roads and infrastructure to put together. Imagine nationwide how much we're going to be able to do. It's going to be a crazy amount of tax revenue. I mean, just say 500 million, say it's 50 billion, and we can build roads all across the country, put in a new highway, all sorts of shit. It's just, the bottom line is it's happening anyways. Everyone that wants to smoke weed is pretty much smoking weed. At this point, you can find it anywhere. You can find whatever you need. Are you paying a lot, paying a little? Those are all different things. But if you want cannabis, you're finding it. There's enough legal states, enough places to find it. Now, bottom line is, does the federal government want to tax that and get some revenue? And well, you know the answer to government. Yes, tax more and create more revenue. Oh man, kind of exciting, but he hasn't said it. It came like out of the blue. It didn't even lead up to it. He didn't say anything. He has 3 more years. I don't think he's going to legalize it. I'm not holding my breath. It's been a long time, but I think our next president, it will be very close to it. I think our next president will either legalize it, or at least medically, or we'll start funding some grants for it and do a lot of research. But I think that it's coming soon. So all you cannabis lovers, let's go. Let's save some more lives. Let's heal the world, and let's get rid of big pharma. No one here likes big pharma. If you are watching any of my feeds, you already know the big pharma thing. But now the next thing is, will big pharma be the first ones to get cannabis licenses and make it into a little pill mixed with something else, or whatever, and you toss it and they capitalize on it. Hopefully, you all are smarter than that. Support your local small business. Go to your dispensary. Don't buy big pharma cannabis pills, please. Let's help the little guys out. That's one of the beautiful things about the cannabis industry right now is there are no real big corporate giants. There's a couple companies that have bought stores in multiple states, but it's so easy to avoid them. Most cannabis stores are mom and pops. Maybe they have a chain of three, maybe. I have not looked this up, but I've in Denver, 80% of stores are individually owned, which is awesome. That's cool. What's up, AJ? How you doing? Yeah. So if you shop for cannabis, get it from a local store. Do not buy pharma, even if it goes fully legal. All right, I'm wrapping this up. I'll be back later today, but it's going to be a different story than cannabis. Um, Later this evening, we're going to talk about the COVID, depression, and mental